All right, guys. Well, we're on a new job site today. The homeowner's been doing a little bit, so we've got a brush pile already started. I don't think that brush was there, so he must have been doing work. It's been a couple weeks since I looked at it, so he's probably trying to get some stuff done on his own. We've got the Intimidator with us. I don't know if you notice, but that little eyebrow up there is bent. Thanks, Corey. How many hours do I have on this thing? 500 hours? He used it for 5 hours and bent the top that cab protector thing. Anyways, so we got the Intimidator with us. We're going to do a lot of tree pulling. I'll show you guys here in a minute. We got the Jenkins Grapple Bucket so I can move some brush piles. We're going to probably move that additional stuff he's got there, I think, because I'm probably going to need that as a path, and we're going to start a new burn pile up here kind of on the top of the hill, because he wants to redo a lot of that over there, and then we're going to seed it and everything else. Another part of it, we're going to top dress this driveway. We're going to kind of grade it, clean it up. There is gravel right here as a turnaround, and actually I didn't think about it. I probably could have backed in right there and almost fit there. But we're going to clean that up to where it's gravel. I meant to bring some spray and a small sprayer so I could spray that, but we'll spray that tomorrow. And then we're going to regrade it. I need to grade the driveway going out. There's a decent spot of erosion out there in the front, like a tire mark. That wasn't there the other day. We'll have to check that out. But let's go see what the main thing is. We're going to do some tree pulling, because believe it or not, there's a pond right down there, and you just can't see it. And we're gonna grade this driveway and top dress it also, so because you can't tell that there's gravel there anymore. So we're gonna run over it with the grader box, the grader scraper for the skid loader, and then we'll top dress it. Only thing we have to watch out for is a little bit of power lines up there. We're gonna tailgate some rock in it. There is a fence, so it looks like, I kind of feel like he did clear a little ways to that fence. That's probably where these little saplings and smaller trees came from. But there is a fence there. There's a way around it over there. I think there's a gate over there, and then the fence ends down here. Anyways, but I don't know if you can see down through there, but there's a pond. So they would like to be able to access said pond and not have tons of vegetation to fight through and everything else. So we're going to get the gate open, and then I'm going to find my opening down here. Oh, I guess he cut some of these trees up here, so I'm probably going to go ahead and pop these stumps out. This was all treed up here, so luckily he left me some height on some stuff, so I know where they're at. I'm going to go ahead and just pull those out for him. That wasn't discussed, but while I'm here, we might as well move that. But then I've got the grapple bucket, because we've got a bunch of down trees that people just pushed down the hill over years, and they kind of want this clean to where when they come out of the patio, they can come out here and just kind of look at the land. They're going to work on the pond. It's got a bunch of algae and stuff on it. We may have to do some work with it or mow around it with the mulcher and stuff like that, but first and foremost, we need to get all this junk moved up there to a burn pile. And then we may do some grading in here to get this graded out. We do have a septic tank here. Don't know where the laterals are. I'm assuming they're probably over there, but being a septic contractor, there is not a lot of room here for any kind of laterals. So they might be here. I don't know where they would have put them. Obviously they're not going to be uphill there because there's no pump set up. So I don't know, we might have to try to figure out what's going on there. But yep, that's the job at hand. Gonna try to get everything aside. See, there's no fence here until you get, I don't know, down there somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here, get a lot of this cleaned up. I'm gonna put the tree puller on first, get me a good road to go in here. There is a bunch of rock. There's a bunch of rock outcropping and stuff like that, so we'll just have to watch it. We are still on the C-block tracks. I think I'm gonna buy a tire groover, and I'm new tire groover. I tried to start grooving them, and I got like 5 grooves and the bit started bending. My groover wasn't getting as hot as what it used to, so sorry, you're probably looking into the sun. Anyways, let's get to work. I might be able to get the drone up maybe, and you can look down through the trees and see what I'm doing maybe. Might try something like that, but with this many trees and a pond and not a good landing area and power lines everywhere, drone might not be out yet. Might not be out at all, because there's power lines everywhere. I mean, power lines, trees. So anyways, let's get to work. Bent till Corey, thank you. I don't know how God does that. I mean, we got a lot of hours on this. All right. We'll go get started. stuff here. We'll deal with it after we get going. I'll move all that small brush up. or two stumps and running them out. Slide down hills easier. So you would think if they have less traction, they wouldn't tear up the ground as much, but they tear up the grounds twice as bad as what my zigzags did, my camsas. I don't understand. Alright, so I switched out pretty quick to the grapple bucket. I got those little stumps pulled to get me a road. Then it was pretty rough. There's a bunch of rock in here. So I kind of graded me out a road. And there was a bunch of dead trees all pushed down the hill against that fence line. So I just started moving that stuff before getting on the other side of the fence. I figured it didn't make a lot of sense not to take care of what I had going on here first. Pretty good incline here, especially with not knowing what all's down here. We got rock and everything else, but making it work. Kind of trying to take brush and everything all in one fell swoop. Got to push against is that fence. And see, the other side's not too horrible, so if I can get this side cleaned up, it'll make the whole job look a lot better immediately. So this is where I wish I had a rock bucket. I mean, really, for the entire job, I wish I had a rock bucket. See if I can get, but I'd like some of this debris to fall out underneath, some of the dirt and stuff. Keep the burn pile a little cleaner, but they're going to have me burn it. A lot of times, if I have a homeowner burning it with no equipment, I'm trying to keep the dirt out, but I'll shake it quite a bit right here instead of putting it on the top of the pile. See, they had, I mean, not tons, more than what I want, but sometimes you can't have what you want. Take what you can get. So, but I think I think the job will look pretty good here as soon as I get a little bit more done. So maybe here, I'll set you guys up over here by this tree so I won't hit you, but you can see I'm kind of working right out there. So let's get you guys set up and I'll get back to work. Tell what was going on in the time lapse, but I actually started reaching over the fence and grabbing some stuff on the other side, and I can grab these small saplings in the fence and pull them out through there. And you guys might have the question, hey Jason, why are you pulling all this little stuff if you're going to brush hog it? Well, for one, aesthetics, it looks better. You know, it looks better when the customer comes home and, you know, it looks like there's more done. Two, if you brush hog it, it gives a chance for, or gives more of a chance for the strub to grow back. So if I go like that and I just leave it lie, and I mean, I'm getting some of it, but I'm not making a habit of taking everything that I pull with me. But if I can get that root system pulled out, then the likelihood of it coming back is a lot less likely. Let's see, I've been able to, just grabbing some of these, that's actually down in the fence. Can you see that? Yeah. And then if I pull slow and kind of try, I think the fence is coming out, but if it's not, I can actually get the trees out of the fence. So if they want to leave the fence, they could if they wanted to. This one broke. I don't know if I can get another grab on it or not. this is kind of a decent little incline. I mean, not down here at the bottom, but going up the hillside it is. I don't know if we're gonna get, oh, the hedge isn't in the fence line. There we go. Like you've seen me done many a times. Probably saw some on the time lapse. I can just make me a stack there, and then I'll grab the stack whenever I'm ready to go. Hillside. I wish I didn't have to deal with both at the same time. But that's the job, so bid it accordingly and do your thing. Dry down. Like I said, it can be as big as we want because we're going to come up with the excavator and burn it. So customers like, nope, like if you want to burn it, come on up and you burn it. So what we do. Still want to get a lot of this stuff on. Just kind of see how much better that looks down there without this underbrush on there. Just looks so much better. And like I say, the likelihood of it coming back quicker is a little slim to none. You know, I don't know what part of these are saplings and what part is just weeds, but a lot of these are small volunteer saplings. So just what I do. I know a lot of people don't, they just come in and brush hog it. I don't know, I try to give the customer a little bit better product, and to me it looks a lot better. I want it to look good when they come home. I want it to look like somebody did something. Not have to wait for me to get here to brush hog it. Like even these little smalls there, we'll try to get these stacked up. For instance, on an area that I like the tree puller on. Let me take this out and throw it in a stack real quick. I just figured, especially since I have the grapple bucket, I just start stacking them up. And I'm trying not to do stacks too big that I just can't do with the Intimidator if I decide not to switch out. But this area up in here, saplings, it's not super thick, but it's thick enough that you really don't want to just brush hog it, because stuff would just come right back. 6 months it'd be back. So you kind of want to get the majority of it full when you can. I mean, even stuff like this, I try to go back through after I pull the thick stuff, and I try to fine tune. And even if this stuff drops on the ground and stays, it's still not going to grow back near as quick as what you would if you just brush hog it. And then I can come in and investigate, like there's a rock right here, right there. There's a piece of plastic off of a barn or something, which I can brush hog that. That's not a big deal. But anyways, generally what I used to do is I'd come in and scrape all this with the excavator, or I'd just brush hog it. This is a better option. And especially when I can have my piles up there, and then I can move this. I can move the piles with this also if I needed to. You know, if you don't have a grapple bucket, you wouldn't necessarily need one. But what I try to do is I try to work an area a little wider than the skid loader. You know, kind of run through here, pull all this volunteer stuff off the ground. That way I don't have to continue to turn around and watch behind me. I wonder if I can get that log to halfway right in there. Probably not. Don't necessarily have to turn. Log's just sitting there, no friction. Simple way to do that, you know. I mean, I even thought, well, maybe I'd bring my rake up here and rake it like on the other side of the fence, but I really don't think so. I think I'm gonna bring my grater box and my tooth bucket, and I'm just gonna grate it out. I mean, we need to seed it anyways. They were talking about seeding it anyways, so I'm just gonna grate it out. This will get it to the point where they can come in and do some fine tuning and some handwork. You know, where we're around the fence, if they're going to keep the fence. I may end up just pulling the fence out. I don't know. But this type of stuff here is always really hard to pull. You know, to get a lot of that fine stuff out, and then most guys just brush hog it. I know I used to. And then you can try to do it with the excavator. If you have an excavator, I mean, you might just have a skid loader. But, I mean, this works really good. I love this method. Hits my windows just right, and I can't see out of my windows. It's got that soap scum, dirt, whatever on it, and the sun hits it just right, and then it's like a sheet of white. Anyways, 11 o'clock. I've been here a couple hours. across it now. Figured I was getting to the point where the brush piles were getting pretty good sized. Figured I'd get some of them moved. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I would love to have that grapple thing, that fork grapple that we got my dad right now, because I think it would work way better than my grapple bucket for this type of stuff. I mean, for moving brush piles, that thing seemed to work really good on the tractor. And you guys might ask me why I didn't take everything out with the Intimidator. Well, for one, the power line. If I could bring them out horizontally and not deal with a vertical tree sticking up, that I have to watch the power line every time I come out, that would be a plus. And then two, just pure transportation. See, that was probably 4 or 5 grabs worth of trees. I brought it out in one fell swoop. So you can move bulk with this. So that's why. Got a lot more done. Go get the other stuff, probably so. And then get pulled out of the grapple bucket. We've got some pretty good erosion down here and everything else. So this will be fun. On the other side. Just take this one first, drive right into the other one. Maybe we can just take it all over to that one. Combine the two. I don't know if I can grab them all, but feel like if I had my dad's grapple thing, it would go way better. I didn't think I would really use the fork grapple thing, but, and I haven't yet. My dad's used it. But I wish I would have grabbed it for this job. I think it'd work out pretty good in here. This is okay, but I think that thing would work out a lot better. I can just run in and put the forks under it, grab it and go. Well, we got about 3 times. Let's pick up these sticks here. Got about 3 times the pile here as what the customer had before. Pretty good sized little pile. It's a little pile. Went ahead and moved all the material they had, moved it up to our pile, and it probably doesn't look like there's a lot done, but when you go down here in the woods, there's quite a bit done. I've got quite a bit cleared. I'm kind of the point where I'd really like to have the brush hog here to brush hog some of it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stop today because I'm gonna brush hog all this. There's some little saplings and stuff in here, but I really don't want to tear up a lot of that grass. But we've got a whole lot opened up in here. I mean, almost all this is done. This is a little rough right here because a bunch of rocks and stuff in there. This is eroded, so I really don't want to touch that yet. We probably need to address that. Looks like everything from all these properties all around here come down into here. That's why I really didn't want to touch a whole lot of that vegetation up in there. I've already got enough stripped off there that I'd rather have some more cover on it. But what I would probably do, I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't just set a big giant catch basin there and run a pipe down and backfill that. Because it's on a really good grade. You guys probably can't see grade here, but it is on a pretty heavy grade, and with all that water, everything's funneling right there. I mean, even this, all this falls right to there as it falls down to there. So it's got quite a bit, and then that way, if we put a tube in there, we could actually level this out a little bit and make this a lot nicer through here. You know, this area here, it wouldn't be such a hard slope sideways. I didn't worry about that tree because I didn't know what we were doing in here with the rest of it. But all this was inundated with saplings. The whole thing, like all this was heavy saplings. So I think it looks way better. We'll see what the customer thinks when they get home tonight. But I got a majority of that. I guess I could have grabbed. There's one more grab right there that I didn't realize that was there. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like people are talking on the other side of the pond. I don't know where the heck it's coming from. There's a business way up, actually. Let's see. I think I can see a portion of the highway over there. So maybe that's what it is. There's a big excavation company over there, and I can just see through the trees over there. There's a big clear spot, and there's some vehicles going up a main highway up there. So I guess the highway's right there. Anyways, looks way better, even over on the other side of the fence. But I got a majority of the fence cleaned up. Obviously, I didn't get around where the trees are. That tree is dead though, so it probably, or at least that one half of the tree's dead. It probably needs to come off, but like I said, I wanted the customer to kind of look at it, get an idea of what they wanted to do. I think I'm going to brush hog a bunch. I'm going to brush hog all that over there. I'd rather pull the saplings, but I need to leave the vegetation because of that heavy draw, and it's already eroded really bad. I don't know. I mean, I wish there was a way to show you guys elevation, but this fall's pretty good. I mean, you know, you could easily get in here and mow it with a 0 turn, but you would be on a hillside the entire time. And that's kind of what they want to do. They want to get it to the point where they can mow it and all that and enjoy the pond, clean the pond up and everything else. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get loaded up, and we'll see you guys later.